What up with y'all, man? It's Mr. Zach, and I'm back with another one. Do me a favor, man. Y'all hit that subscribe button and turn on all post notifications so you guys can get this content every time I drop a video. Have y'all been looking at what's going on in Mexico? Well, if you haven't, man, Gen Z is fed up with the government out there in Mexico. What's the lady name? Claudia Sheinbaum. They ain't going for it no more. The people in Mexico is pushing back because the government has been treating them bad and looking out for the cartels that's out there. And I just did a video about this, man, about illegal immigrants in the United States leaving and fleeing their countries because they feel like they're in danger, so they're going to come over here in the United States. I've been saying this from the beginning, man. If you are that fed up with your country, protest, change it, get together and demand y'all rights instead of fleeing the country and coming somewhere else and making it bad over here for us. I'm glad to see this, man. This is what everybody needs to do, even over here in America. Not the way that the protest is going on over here about battling ICE. No, we need to be on ICE side to clear our country of bad people and bad things. Send them back over to where they come from and let the people over there deal with them. But I'm proud of Mexico right now, man. If the government is corrupt, man, y'all change it. You know what I'm saying? That'll keep you in your country. Fight for your country. Don't just lay down and run. But if y'all ain't seen it, man, I'm going to show some of these clips, man. And let me know in the comments, man, how y'all feel about this situation. Because I'm proud of them. Fight for your right. You know what I'm saying? Fight for your right. But, man, like I said, leave it in the comments, man. All right, let's get to it.
Massive protests breaking out in Mexico City. More than 100 police officers were injured in these violent clashes outside of the National Palace. The unrest follows the assassination of a mayor who had criticized Sheinbaum's approach to fighting drug cartels. Demonstrators, many of them Gen Z, accused the president of ignoring cartel violence and rejecting U.S. help to combat it. Leonardo Falcon and Ignacio Gonzalez are here. They have a podcast called the Leo and Nacho podcast in Mexico, and we've had them on many times on Fox Noticias. I'll start with you, Leo. Why don't you just explain to the American people what is happening at this moment, because Mexico is in full revolt right now.
Yes, ma'am. First of all, good morning to the United States and good morning to you, Rachel. And what Mexico is currently facing is a national awakening. What we're looking at, what you're probably looking at in the screens, is a protest of the Gen Z movement in Mexico, where there are no parties that they are leading this. It's the youth, it's the Mexican people. It's not about the left, it's not about the right, it's about the Mexican people wanting the best for the country. And we're all together in this protest, we're all together for a better country, and we see it. It's beautiful, it's beautiful. We saw over more than 100,000 people during the streets of Mexico, and it was pretty impressive from our part to see it for the first time, and we were actually there. So we're very happy of the people that showed up in the country and that they are pushing for a change.
Man, they ain't playing. Y'all see that? They are not playing. They're not playing.
Nacho, why are the Mexican people so angry at Claudia Sheinbaum, your president?
Well, in a country where you have 60 murders and 40 missing people a day.
Damn.
Every single day.
He says 60 murders and 40 missing people every day. Man, the cartel been out there getting busy. Damn.
Of course they are shocked. Of course they are shocked.
Yeah.
We, the youth, are really...
Or did he say 16 murders? Either or, man, that's a lot every single day.
Desperate because we don't see the light. The generations see the teenagers after this horrific situation. We decide to protest.
Stand up.
Yes.
Not with a flag of any political party, no. Because they are killing us.
Yes.
That's the reality.
Okay, so what do you believe that Claudia Sheinbaum is complicit in this? We've had senators on here, Senator Lily Tejas, who bravely said Mexico is indeed a narco state, and she said that Claudia Sheinbaum and her Morena party, the political party she belongs to, is in business with the cartels. Is that true in your opinion, Leo?
Well, when we look at what Nacho just mentioned, when we look at 60 murders, 40 missing people every single day, the narco state of Mexico makes it pretty obvious that there's some things going on behind the curtains in the Mexican government. Yeah. This is sad, but what we look at here in the protests is that there's actually a noticing. There's actually a noticing of all of the Mexican youth, of all of the Mexican families, that they are saying, how can this be happening? And when you have such a big amount of the population mad, upset at what's happening in the country, something's going on. And that's when you have a protest like the one we had yesterday.
Yeah, absolutely. And by the way, people should understand, not only was that mayor murdered in public with his wife and his child there, but then a few days later, another mayor was executed. He was actually decapitated, his head placed on the hood of his car. This kind of stuff happens all the time. It's totally normalized in Mexico, and the Mexican people are sick of it. Now, President Trump, Nacho, has said, I'm going to take on the cartels in Venezuela. And of course, they're a transnational network. And that includes the cartels in Mexico. He has gone to Sheinbaum and said, will you help me? But her help appears to be very superficial, not real. What do the Mexican people want, Nacho? Especially Generation Z, because Generation Z is the one who is sort of fueling this protest. In fact, Claudia Sheinbaum printed out the names of all the Gen Z influencers like yourselves who were encouraging people to come out and protest, which is like putting a list out for the cartels. Man. So tell me, do the young people like you want the help from President Trump's administration? And
they don't care who help, just help.
From our military.
The Generation C want peace. We don't care if that peace come with American flag in the left arm or the right arm. We don't care. We want peace. The situation we're living in Mexico is crazy. It's crazy, and we have a president who prefers to talk about influencers and content creators instead of fixing the real problem.
Which is the cartels. Leo said,
which is the cartels.
Last word,
we don't know what the problem is. We all know it.
Yeah. You know that
she prefers to look the other way.
Correct. Last word, Leo. Do the Mexican people, does Generation Z Mexicans want President Trump to eradicate the cartels, even if that includes military work, military actions?
Word right, lady.
I think that's a great question, Rachel. And I think this question works for every single country that is facing such a big and important problem, such as in Mexico. When the Mexican people is in these conditions, when the Mexican people is desperate, as Nacho said, we don't care if it's Russia. We don't care if it's Russia. We don't care if it's the United States. We just want collaboration. We just want collaboration to end this problem for once and for all. We want peace for the Mexican people. We want growth for the Mexican people. We want the future Mexican kids to be in a state of peace, not in a state of war and in a state of insecurity. We don't want it anymore.
Crazy.
Yeah. Well, you are our neighbors, our biggest trading partners. What happens in Mexico should matter to our entire hemisphere, and especially the United States. So we wish you luck, and we are really proud of the courage of your generation to stand up to cartel violence, corruption, and crime, and take that on in the streets. So good luck. Thank you, Leo and Nacho.
That's it's crazy. It's crazy in Mexico, man. I'm proud of the Mexicans, you know what I'm saying? Like me growing up, thinking about Mexico, we always heard about the cartels. The cartels is just take you down in the street. They don't care. The old videos, they'll just spray your car up. And the government, even back then, was complicit. They complicit now, even though they got a woman president, Claudia Sheinbaum, like the reporter said. I think she can, everybody think that she's complicit. When you have 60 murders and however many people missing per day, 40 people missing per day, something going on. Something is going on, and they are looking the other way. Man, that's crazy. The amount of people that they take out per day, and they think that the Gen Z and the people, the law-abiding citizens of Mexico ain't paying attention. They tired of it, and I'm glad, man. I'm glad. But let's get to some of these clips, man, so y'all can see the actual get down of what's going on in Mexico without the talking. Man, y'all check this out. Viewer discretion is advised, man. All right? Just throwing that out there. Let's get to it. That officer laid out. They ain't playing. Ooh. It look like boat cars. Stand up for your country, man. Stand up. Officers ain't got no weapons. Rocks. Protest, man. Get your country back.
A new generation openly defying the state. Their rebellion loud, raw, and led by Gen Z. Thousands came out to protest in Mexico City this weekend, a capital on the edge, where peaceful protests turned to violent clashes at the president's official home. Demonstrators say they're rejecting corruption from the top. 120 people were injured, most of them police officers, as crowds clashed with the authorities. Police have detained another protester, this man shouts, a symptom they feel of a wider problem, and these students have had enough. All we want is justice and zero impunity in this government, Samuel Valdez said. This is one of the most corrupt governments we've ever had, Valentina Ramirez said. A sold-out narco government that, instead of defending the people, chooses to protect the corrupt and the cartels. We're going to fight until the end, Clement Montiel said. We can't allow Mexico to become like Venezuela or Cuba, a dictatorship. Mexicans are fed up. President Claudia Sheinbaum claims the marches across Mexico were funded by right-wing politicians who oppose her government.
Yeah, they would blame it on the right wing. And then look, obviously the people don't like the way that you're governing, so can't blame it on the right wing. You blame it on yourself, Claudia.
But many anti-protest groups say they marched in the name of Carlos Manzo Rodriguez, an outspoken critic of organized crime, murdered this month. For young Mexicans, this isn't just a protest. They say it's a fight for their future, and they're no longer willing to stay silent. Sabah Chowdhury, ITV News.
Anyway, man, y'all leave it in the comments, man. Let me know what y'all feel about the situation in Mexico, man. Because to me, it looks like they're fighting for what's right for them. So they ain't got to come over here to the United States. They can stay there and live a better life. Because that is what they're fighting for. It looks like it. Gen Z is not playing, man. Them young people say, you know what, we tired of this. We tired of it. Get the cartels up out of here, man. All right, so, man, y'all protect yourself at all times, man. Keep your head on the swivel. God bless you. God bless me, man. God bless Mexico. You know what I'm saying? And God bless America. And I'm out. Mr. Zach Reacts. Peace.